sometimes versus 5. Sure, he's definitely had ace clutches on this stage in his time.
So immediately out of the gate, WGS bans the map Ascent. That's not too shocking. And over for DRX, they're saying, we are not playing on Fracture. And that means WGS, selects Bind to start this off. That's not too shocking.
No, not at all. I mean, this is a little bit of a coin flip, I guess, for what DRX was going to veto. It was either going to be the Fracture or the Bind, but I think that they say, you know what, we bested you on your Bind 13-6 last time we played against you. We still feel comfortable there. Maybe they've even, engineered a couple new things for us to see that they think are going to dismantle WGS, but they, of course, go for that pick. DRX going back to Old Faithful. They're going to be picking up Haven.
I actually am surprised DRX is going to ban Icebox. I always thought they were pretty strong on that. But we're going to go to Breeze here for the decider map. WGS picking defense. All that's left for us now is to go through the agent selection and see if there are any surprises, any plot twists here in the story as we go into Chapter 1 of it. Keep in mind that WGS is going to bring absolutely their best strats, their best plays, their best ideas possible because they have nothing to hide after this.
Oh, no.
This is the biggest hurdle to climb. This is essentially the biggest opponent to overcome. DRX, on the other hand, they are not just thinking about WGS. They're probably not just thinking about this region. They're thinking about the global stage.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, after Stage 1, when they won the championship versus Onslayers, they had stated that all of our bags are packed. Like, we're ready to go to Reykjavik. And they left pretty much the next day. So they were fully prepared, knowing that they were going to be able to get that win in. Now, though, with the agent select, we'll see if we have some change-ups, and it looks like we do, so it's okay. The Viper Brim coming back in on Bind here for the side of DRX. So changing it up just a bit, going for that double smoke.
Yeah, so quite different team selections here. Obviously, we have the Chambers here on both sides, but, Omen over here for WGS, where Zess is going to go for that Brim. And this is going to be fun. Very, very different approaches to this map, as we can see here.
Yeah, I mean, the last time they played on Bind, you take a look, like RB, he was on Neon, Stax was on Breach, Mako there with the Brim. You had Zest on Fade, Buzz on the Chamber, so it was a much different look. They're changing it up here. See how they pilot it, though. WGS on their map, pick a Bind. We'll see if they can get the win.
All right, guys, we're ready to get into map number 1. Bind it is, DRX versus WGS. Can WGS overcome the best team in the region, or does DRX keep doing what they do best and win?
Okay. It's taking it back a bit there by DRX's change-ups. Didn't even get too much of a cursory glance at WGS. Not that they're doing anything particularly shocking. This guy for I'm Ready. Thought maybe we would see him stick to the Sova, where he's been finding an immense amount of impact, but does change that up. Well enough versed with it, though, as for now,
DRX really
slow and steady,
taking their sweet time here. We do have a flash just out of there, as we're going to have some more flashes come into shower here. No commitments just yet. Sylvan may end up with the first engage here. Oh, beautifully done, Buzz. Immediately dropping Luke.
Yep, he's worried about a counter swing, so goes ahead, takes that TP out. Wasn't sure quite how close forward the Sky was playing, and if there was maybe a third player hovering inside by Hookah. So just plays it safe, snaps over towards A. Now they'll get ready to make a hit here over onto the A site. Dog leading up, just going to check out Lamps.
So they've smoked this area up. They're going to try to come in here now. And it looks like WGS may not be too aggressive just yet. There's going to be a poke out of U-Haul, but won't see much here. And bad position. Buzz drops Han almost immediately. Spike now planted as RB takes out Sylvan.
Stax does die, but it's a massive trade up. And I mean, double the numbers here available for the side of DRX. No one taking any damage in these remaining 4. As I'm Ready and Godlike certainly have their work cut out for them. Limited utility, one flash to try to work with, and RB already finds I'm Ready. Okay, good little flick back from Godlike. A little bit of a double take, gets the kill. So they get a second elimination, but it's DRX walking away with a pistol round win.
Yeah. Not too shocking there. Good performance from DRX. A couple of individual fights won outright at the start, allowing them to skate to an easy closer there. And unless we have some real plot twists ahead, it's probably going to be something similar here to Game 2. We do want to watch and see if WGS is going to go for a force buy. That does seem to be trending up right now in the region.
Yeah, I've been seeing a decent amount of that. DRX in particular, when they do lose out of a pistol round, which they've been a lot more consistent about these days, we do see them force, especially if they feel like they have an edge over their opponents, if they think that they can just, you know, just aim diff them. Then we will see DRX very comfortably go for force buys. Obviously, though, in this position, going to be the Bulldog for Zest. Everybody buying down a decent amount, so it's still a fairly hefty investment for everybody other than Buzz and Mako.
And it looks like they're going to wait for another pick here. It is going to be a push on to B long here. Now, there is a double stack here. Luke has the first opportunity to get the kill and rendezvous away. That would leave Han as the next line of defense, and it does seem like more action beginning to collect over onto the B side.
Buzz sat on top of Fountain here. Luke's just going to be turning away from the flash. Doesn't get blinded. Peeks out, spots one. Dog leading the way. They'll send out a bite to try to clear him out. That will force his TP. Unjiggling the corner, gets a shot in with that Sheriff, decides to pull back. Wise decision. Now, looks the delay. Relay bolts flying. Slows up DRX here for a moment.
WGS seeming to be pretty patient so far here, but RB and Mako cleaning out the entry here for an easy plant as we've got Godlike and Sylvan scrambling back over here into Hall. And I don't know what they can really get done at this point in time.
Yeah.
Sheriff in a classic, outmanned, outgunned in every sense, and a likely second round win about to be on the board for DRX.
Yeah, I mean, it's at this point basically nigh impossible for WGS to try to bring this back. It's all about finding any amount of value that you can, getting some kills on the board, taking those guns away. Zest actually not even firing at Godlike sees him, and there you go. That's the kind of kills that you need to be finding. Then get 1-2 more, and that would be massive. Mako, he'll just swing the corner, cleans up 3 in the round, and that's a 2-0 start for DRX.
Now, I have my fingers crossed for WGS as we go into that round 3. If they can't deliver here, I'm worried that we're going to start to see a snowball effect.
Yes.
I know that WGS can hang, and they have hung with DRX before, but we've also seen that DRX occasionally kind of runs away with the entire show. So in the bonus round, you know, what can get done?
We'll have to see. I mean, need to start having Han really get fired up, especially on this map when he's playing the Neon. Having Han be able to shut down entries and also entry himself when he's on the attacking side at showers is instrumental to WGS's success. So far, we haven't been able to find him, see him find too much value here. It's going to be both relay bolts already burned, trying to slow people up. Sylvan, though, across the way, managing to find 2.
Hey!
RB and Zest both out of the fight. And that's the man advantage very much there as Buzz is the last one left standing.
All right, the hope is alive here, just Buzz remaining. And he should be cleaned up shortly here. So this is honestly a great performance here. They won, and they won hard. Not a single player was dropped. They're going to carry those weapons with them into the next round. Easy peasy. And a reminder here to DRX that, you know, although DRX is fierce and able to sometimes crush through with rounds, you got to respect WGS.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, and one of the things that we talk about a lot when it comes down to playing this team, or even if you're just DRX playing against basically anybody, it's you never want to get complacent. Even if you're going up against a squad like Tartarus, you know, those players got here because they can perform. They know how to aim. The set plays, you know, the team cohesion might not be anywhere close to that of which we see from DRX and Onslayers and whatnot, but if you give these guys an opportunity to shoot you in the head, they're going to take it. So you have to play with respect.
So this round now pivotal. Rifles on both sides, although Han here with the Spectre for some close engages if they can find him. They're now pushing down into A, but they're not going to find anything. Queuing the B side to be on the lookout. Mako peeks and drops Godlike and then disappears back down the corner. Regardless, though, Sylvan and Han continue to push. And they're going to try to come back. They are going to get intercepted if they're not careful.
Oh, and this is where things start getting really scary for DRX. Losing out on this round here, losing their weapons. Quite costly. Pushing from Buzz, though.
Damn.
Managing to find 2. They do lose stacks, but now it's just I'm ready. Left in a 1v3. Mako and Zest barely have any HP between the two of them, though. So this is absolutely clutchable.
Yeah. And so they're going to all pull back here. The spike's going to get planted. It's going to be a gauntlet to navigate up into there. Zest with the opportunity to come from behind. Is iReady going to try to peek in this back corner first? He is, and he gets the kill.
Okay, that's step one. Mako sat up in heaven. Buzz rotating back through showers, just playing split away from each other. Buzz on the rotate as well. He's going to be approaching. Then a Hawk comes out. The wall goes up. As Buzz just slowly circles in from behind.
And again, they're going to make him clear every angle, start the defuse. Oh. Shot fired. Buzz escapes back down the corner.
Yeah, he doesn't get the elimination, but he takes iReady down to 10
he
HP, and then Mako is there.
Yeah, there it is.
Drive him right over.
Beautifully done, Mako. Getting that execution kill. Third win on the board here. And, you know, it was interesting to see WGS be a little bit aggroed there. We've seen that from time to time where they elect to go on the offense and try to drop a player or two before they retract back into the defensive position. But they kind of fell into a really uncomfortable spot back there, especially when Mako got that first pick. And from there, it was an issue where two of the WGS players were actually stuck in connector and couldn't get back to safety, basically being surrounded.
Sometimes the over-aggression can come back to bite WGS. It was certainly looking like a very winnable round. I mean, still a decent amount of damage dealt. They get rid of 3 of those weapons from the side of DRX. What this means is that the economy for both squads is a little bit wonky, but DRX slightly ahead, given that Stacks and RB have a good amount of money in the bank. WGS can continue to find some value. It would be huge. It's going to be Rolling Thunder out of the teleporter. They look for RB, but he's got a clean escape. He uses both flashbacks, gets his way out of there. Well, Godlike is only able to find Stacks. RB and Mako trade up. A 2-for-1 as iReady. Yeah, you can't peek out of there now.
Same ideas and unfortunately same results so far here for WGS. Trying to push out, trying to punish. We did see the Omen ulti there to try to scout and confirm who's around Fountain.
See too much of anything cancel. It goes back over to the A side, but now the footsteps are going to start running into Hookah. RB with the showstopper in hand. iReady finding one. Obviously no blast packs here for RB. Sends the rocket though, and iReady cannot get away fast enough. Ends up getting blown to smithereens. 2v3. Still definitely winnable if Han can make first contact, and he does.
Zest struggling to get those shots to connect. Viper's Pit goes down.
Ooh.
Only raising the stakes here.
Makes it that much more difficult. They have basically a relay bowl to try to hope that they get a stun and then can enter and maybe try to take down the Viper.
Mako continuing to lurk here, now combing through tube. Not much time left on the spike. Beautifully done there.
Yep. Just playing.
One remaining. Keep that Viper alive at all costs. She could end up getting flanked.
At this point, though, you have no time. You're just trying to, you're just trying to get some extra value, do some more economic damage here to DRX, but Han unfortunately unable to do so. 3 kills for Mako, and another round win for DRX, now 4-1. It's, again, you know, you can see these narrow margins at times that DRX are winning these rounds with. Things are just slightly off for WGS. I don't mind the idea of this play, taking the teleporter, throwing the Rolling Thunder. They get a good read, but they're just unable to capitalize. Everybody else is playing so far back. RB can escape because of the blast pack. I don't mind that set play. They just unfortunately caught the one guy who could run away from a Rolling Thunder with ease.
Yeah, that is true. Are we going to see another push out here? This seems to be thematic here with WGS, just going for it. And again, you have to have some pretty abstract ideas at times to win in these save rounds here.
The repeat does manage to find Buzz. They're not going to be able to recover a weapon here, but they do at least make that a 1-for-1. So in an eco, this is already not a bad start for WGS. See if they can find a little bit more. They do hold on to the Seekers if they really want to invest into this round, but I think you probably just save that for a future buy round. We'll have to see what decisions get made, though. This is going to force DRX back over towards the A site.
And so they try to come up now into A, and it's going to be a shower side defense here. Right now, it's just Sylvan, excuse me, and Godlike waiting over there. Although iReady's on the way here. Han is actually lurking from behind, but they're going to have that Viper wall up in time, it looks like.
Oh, he's spamming for it. He just narrowly doesn't get Stacks. One more shot would have done it. Han, pitching around from behind, finally will get that elimination.
This is doable.
Yeah, they're making it happen right now. Just trying to shut it down. Tap the spike, it's all on RB, and he can't do it. I'm ready with 4. A massive round of weapons recovered, and that is the thrifty win that WGS so desperately needed.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, that was the best round by them by a lot here. At that point in time, you could see, DRX not quite covering their backs here. A little bit surprised when the Viper wall came down, and there was Han to take the shots. And, at first I thought this was just not going to work at all as they came out and lost their chamber immediately, but it turned out to be really nicely done, honestly, and a much-needed second win here before this first half really got away from WGS.
Yeah. It's something I think that this has been a part of a point of concern and contention amongst the fans, because I was watching the matches yesterday as WGS was playing with.
Yeah.
Why are casters saying, I'm ready, when it says, I ready? It's because if you read the Hangul that he writes it in, it says, I'm ready.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're pronouncing it the way that he writes it in Korean. So if that upsets you, then
tell him
get over it.
Tell him he wants to have his name pronounced differently. Already, we've dropped a player on each side. I barely even saw what happened there, to be totally honest with you guys. Buzz looking down into the B-long area. Doesn't see anything just yet. It's only iReady who's continuing to just hang back for now.
Sat right on top of the tube, waiting to see if anyone's going to peek, but RB does not. Also the dog. Gets cleared instantly, though. Doesn't give him much information. As Orbital Strike is going to be called down. Trying to clear out anybody over in Garden.
Yeah, it's trying to make entry a little bit easier over there. Nobody's fleshed out because nobody's there to actually run.
I'm ready, going to be good for 1 before getting dropped. Now the other's still rotating over, coming through from the defender's spawn. The flash time is perfect.
Yeah, perfectly done. Zest fires back.
Swinging out, and oh boy, he manages to get both of them.
That was sick.
Great minor adjustment. I mean, they thought maybe they would get him caught off guard, but he just counter swings into them after the aftershock comes through. Cleans up house, very nicely done here by Zest.
Again, I'm worried here for WGS. I mean, they are looking good, but DRX is looking just overall so much stronger, so much more fluid in their movements.
Worth noting, because I was interested in it after we had the agent select, and I actually never went back to it. This is the second time that Zest has ever played Brimstone.
Really?
He's played Smokes 4 times.
We talked about this before the match started, but it's possible that they have to, bring out their C and even D strats here and really save the absolute best stuff they have here for the global stage.
Just waiting.
Waiting it out.
Yeah. I mean,
someone else is supposed to shoot that down for him, so he does get pinged there by that. They're going to come into A now. It's smoked all over the place. RB with a nade forward here towards Showers.
Interrupt the plant.
They could end up taking teleporter here. It's possible. They're all close enough.
It would be a great read if they did it. Honestly, everybody has just gotten clumped up here on this site, but the problem is Han is out in the open, so they would need that Viper wall to come back up to try to cover them. Even then, the spray, it might suffer quite a bit of damage if they try to go for the TP. Relay bolt. The sun's out. They're trying to make their way through.
Push in here.
They're starting to come through. It's looking good for WGS so far.
Oh, godlike crushing through. But all that's left, there's nobody left. That went so fast. 3-5 now. WGS nipping at the heels of DRX here. It seemed like they just didn't quite have an exit route. Or if they did, and they were going to go through teleporters, that Viper wall was maybe a little bit later than it needed to be. They weren't prepared for the attack out from U-Haul, so they all got dropped.
Surprising stuff here from DRX. And that's gonna be the call out.
Hold the phone.
Called. I keep doing this where I say the call out timed instead of the timeout called.
You know what's funny is since you said I'm ready, and how to actually say his name, now I'm calling it I ready somehow. Like now I'm thinking about it too
Just
much.
Offset everything.
Yeah.
I've knocked everything off balance.
Start calling this game Valorant. Just everything starts to get a little bit weirder. So DRX, I think especially with that last round, the coach wants to pump the brakes and basically say, all right, guys, try to focus in here. They may have some special strats they want to try to execute now that we're far enough along. They have banked a lot of utility. They do, of course, have all the guns they need.
But you can see a bit uncharacteristic here as Stax, while he has been taking a bit more of a back seat role this stage, has not been the kind of front and center player. He's been very util driven. but he still comes up with a good amount of kills. Him being 1-7-3 right now is definitely shaky. Same for Luke, being at 1-6. Both of these guys having a bit of a rough start. But Mako, Sylvan, the two players that we highlighted at the top of the show, right there at the top of the standings. And that just goes to show, how much stock we put into them as casters, how much stock that the teams put into these guys, because they know that they are the solid foundation on either side. Termy, though, not sure what he said to them, but we'll see if it inspires some more concise play between them. That is a fantastic sign. I like it's laminated as well.
Yeah.
Make sure that one doesn't
Was
get
that
damaged.
Bill Murray in the drawing? What's going on here?
Just like Korean Bill Murray.
It's Korean Bill Murray. Yeah, they were not ready for the swing out here. And lamps.
야 이거야 뻔하잖아.
And so we go into this next round. Round 9 here, DRX.
On to the eco. But other than Stacks and Zest going for the half armor, Flash is flying through. They'll start breaking their way up onto the site. They want to try to get Showers control. It's a great first shot there from Zest, and he doubles down. Gets
Beautifully
a second one.
done. They're going to get the plant.
That's going to be weapons recovered as well.
Now they got to watch for Han here coming from the back. It's going to be a peek out here from U-Haul over from RB. Is Zest going to be ready? Good. Oh, well, now he knows for sure.
Yep, slide in from Han's good, but Mako, he wrapped around through Showers, got himself back over on a short, gets that kill.
Okay, here we go. The lineup is ready. Stagger that defuse.
Sent it a little bit late. The tap hasn't come through. They know that he's got these lineups, so they're trying to counter push him. Godlike. Does he swing the corner? He's got the flash. The turn away from Mako. Jumps back across, gets his weapon drawn out, and he wins the fight.
So good.
14 HP remaining, but now he's got a 1v1. Flash flies through. He tries to tap the spike. Mako
He's just going to commit to it.
swings in. He knew. Mako plays this to perfection time and time again. He knows the exact timing for that spike to get halfway on the defuse.
It was perfectly handled, and you can see there's a point where literally the only thing you can do is just hold and hope that they don't have that small amount of time to get there and kill you. Mako punishes, and that's going to be another win. Thrifty round there. Beautiful execution. I think especially with the lurk there, just, you can see to flank the Neon and then get that line up there. They tried to push regardless. It did not work out. So there you see the closer.
Mako with another 3K. Beautifully done by him. And that's going to be a major swing. They can win this follow-up round now that they have rifles back in their hands. WGS, they themselves going to have to go to an eco. There's not many rounds left in the half. That's a huge opener. RB just dry swing in the corner, gets on. Oh, bite down.
Oh, God, like,
ouch, 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 ouch,
ouch.
Stepping on coals.
Oh, hot, 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 hot. All right, well, this is just, this is a wash. Spike planted. Good luck, Sylvan and Luke. Luke here with the judge is going to try to come up here and get a kill. Sylvan just going to go probably save.
Just whizzed right over the shoulder. RB, good entry, good shutdown. And I was going to say, I don't think he's really going to go on the hunt here. They do have a good amount of money banked here, so somebody could buy for him. See how far he wants to push this. He is moving into the defender spawn now. So it seems like RB go kill has been the shot call. Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay.
I'll take you with me.
That's one way to end a round.
Sure.
Yeah. Perfect paint shells there. It's 7-3 right now. DRX clearly in the lead here. WGS is having their moments, but just not enough of them. So WGS calls for a timeout. Or what were you doing when you were messing up the timeout?
Oh, they
time out for a call is what were you saying?
Yeah, they call a time. They time a call out or something.
They time a call out. It is kind of a timed. Well, not a call out. It's a timed timeout.
Well, Mako now separating himself away from Sylvan a little bit. 12-4-3.
WGS coach here reminding him the paint shells do damage.
Yes.
Despite their name.
That thing that he throws that beats a lot, it explodes.
And so, I mean, I think if WGS can maybe pump this up to 4 to 8, I mean, it's doable.
Respectable. I mean, I expected Han will be able to kick it into a bit of a different gear on the attack when he's got this Neon. I mean, we've seen him play phenomenally on defense's Neon before, just like really holding down showers. Haven't been getting as much of that so far, but Han is very much a press W player. That's not something that he can necessarily do on defense. One of the biggest critiques of WGS, especially last year, was that they didn't keep Han on enough of a leash. So for the defender's side, you kind of have to make sure that he's not going absolutely crazy. But I'm hoping that he will start to do that a little bit more when they go on the attack, because you need him to be able to break open sites. When you've got that combo entry of fault line plus relay bolt, I think you might see a good amount of success there for Han, but we'll have to just wait and see what happens. For now, 2 more rounds to be played out in the half, and it's the eco here for WGS.
Okay, this could be a fast play over here onto B-Long. Zest is just killing it.
It's fast for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Fast to die. I'm ready with a nice little shot, though. At least draws a bit of blood, but at this point, there's no economic damage to be dealt. You know, the DRX, they can buy no matter what. So you're playing for round victories here.
So, I mean, this is going to be pretty tough. I mean, let's watch and see what they're able to do here. Axe is going to jiggle peek. Down B-Long.
They at least know where their bread is buttered. They give the rifle that was recovered over to Sylvan.
Right.
So, want to be able to have the most success with that.
Gosh, they don't even know if the left side of B-Long is open yet. So, I think they're basically planning to try to get an exit shot off here, if anything.
Now, I'm ready, Luke. They need to go down to this.
Yeah.
Or die to Buzz. So Luke is going to go run forward and wait for the spike to explode.
Makes
Sylvan
sense.
says, I just hold on to the Phantom. He's got half armor as well.
If they did try to pull out a B-Long, they could get the kills there and then send him through. But yeah, that's going to be that. All you get for the next round, which is the final round in the first half, is a Phantom. And then, of course, whatever is the best strat they can possibly have to get that 4th win.
Pressure mounting here for WGS because, you know, again, this is their map pick, and I was confident with DRX leaving this open, banning Fracture, that they had ideas about how they wanted to approach this map. They change up their strategy. They come out with this Brimstone Viper setup. Stacks moving back over onto the sky instead of playing Fade. So yeah, they've made adjustments. They prepared for WGS, whereas WGS very much just have a similar look as what we have always seen. Need to definitely level things up on that attacker's side if they want to walk away with this, because with Haven on the horizon, very much do favor DRX in pretty much every man trick.
Oh!
Ooh, Luke getting the tag, getting out.
Big shutdown.
Scot-free. RP uncertain of which way to look. Altov trying to cut him off of the backside, but Luke will manage to find Zest. Still them trading up as he's reloading. Stack starting to come alive. Finds 2 kills, Rolling Thunder crashing in. Godlike now looking for the counter entry, and he's got the spike on the floor.
Spike stuck in tube. WGS is looking to try to clear this out. All right, 4 to 8 is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Usually tend to kind of get momentum immediately early on.
I think the closest that most Radiant players probably get to the beach is Breeze.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
They just, the in-game,
the spawns of Breeze.
That's it. My pale gamer skin can't take the fury of the
oh, there's sand in my Vandal, and now I can't shoot it. All right. We are ready for the second half. It's going to be WGS on the attacker side here. DRX needing to defend A and B.
All right, what do you got? Looks like fast hit on the A. Han's still creeping back. He's worried about somebody over-aggressing out of shower.
Yeah, A site's pretty smoked up here. They are on A. WGS in a pretty tight position here.
Sylvan should have seen Mako there with that jiggle across out of lamps.
He's sitting there with that shorty, hoping to trade himself out. Oh, Mako's so good.
I mean, that's Luke. That's a chamber gone in the pistol round. That's about as high value of a target as you could possibly get. Now you don't have to worry about that headhunter. Sylvan just going to be throwing a smoke out. Oh my God.
Irony is so damaged back there.
I mean, any other follow-up pistol would have been great to get that elimination, but the Classic not quite going to cut it. Start moving forward. Sylvan finding one. They're on the spike, though. They hold it to half. He's just going to be holding it the whole time. They're not going to get off of this. No, Mako, he finally does disengage from the spike. tries to swing,
Oh!
and Han shuts it down. 3 kills for the Neon here in the pistol round. That's exactly the start that WGS needed.
So that's exciting. It's a sign that we could start to see that comeback build up here.
Yeah, and I mean, that's going to be also just huge to try to get the overdrive online a little bit faster, too.
Oh,
So
good point.
having
Yeah.
those extra charges this early on, you can find yourselves in a bit of an eco, 2-3 rounds from now. In all likelihood, Han will have that to rely on, and we've seen him completely dismantle people. RB himself, well practiced in the Neon, is no stranger to the power of that ult.
It's a quad stack over here on the defender side.
Han starting to zoom, goes for the slide. Oh, they are just all blinded. He's going to be only good for 1, though. Took quite a bit of damage there.
Oh, it's a bit of a trade out here.
It's a trade up. It's still 3 members left alive from the side of WGS.
Buzz is still going to lurk over here inside of Hookah.
He's only got 2 bullets left,
Oh.
and he's good with a kill.
Okay, they don't plant just yet. They had to replant.
Oh, now he spots Luke.
1 bullet. I just need him to line up.
Just line up.
Line him up.
Well, he used it.
All right.
They didn't line
I
up.
didn't line up, and I missed my shot. Okay.
Starting to try to get a bit of a pincer maneuver here.
Is Buzz going to come down?
He needs to. They're both looking over towards Stacks at the moment. The push coming
Oh.
through. And, ooh, I don't
Great
think
play.
he was. Yeah, he was not ready for Godlike to take that fight aggressively. Just swings out. Still, they lose 3 guns. That's not awful for DRX
Yeah.
in that eco.
Now, they had to work to get that second round win in the second half. Now, could WGS possibly overpower them in the bonus round? I think it's unlikely with how round 2 went, but let's just see.
I like the fast hits. This is what I've been wanting to see. Obviously, Han not getting as much value. Granted, I think he was also using a ghost in that because he wants to make sure he's got plenty of money coming into this.
Our doggy out, checking into A.
Okay, fight to slow them. It's basically Mako for now solo on the site. RB holding forward in shower. Stacks now arriving into heaven. Relay bolts connecting. Sylvan.
Oh, Sylvan, the shroud step. He can't pull his gun out immediately after that.
Ends up falling. Luke with a nice little counter push. Out of the CT managing to find 1, but Stacks comes up with 3 eliminations. His quick rotation over to A heaven really paying off quite a bit. Now it's just Han. Solid opener. Doesn't take any damage either.
Yeah, not going to be easy for Han, but not impossible either.
Oh.
Stacks. Good response there. 6-9. It is going to be that bonus round win there for DRX. Probably feeling extremely confident here. We're going to go into round 4 in the second half now.
Breaking the stride of WGS just a little bit there. Still though, bonus. See what they have pieced together, because I think with that death, that should be the overdrive available for Han now. So we could just see him open things up with that and try to break into his sight. We'll have to just wait and see. As it will never not be funny to see a sliding Neon.
Yeah. Just get shut down immediately. Zest jiggle peeking here. DRX has a lot of very good setups over here for B-Long. And it is appearing to be a B-Long commitment down here.
Okay. Trailblazer out first.
And they're going to smoke it out. Let's see if WGS is tempted at all to just take teleporter, or if they're going to try to quietly wrap around.
Well, that orb take by Godlike just got him rolling thunder. So it looks like they are going to TP. They think maybe they had enough of a draw over towards the B site, which they did. They got Stacks to rotate. Now they'll look to attack A instead.
And look at this, they just sandbag him here.
They're going to pull the trigger on these ults. They might have to. Luke now going to go down, so they're running out of time, running out of a decent window to make use of these ults. The push coming in. I'm ready. Breaking down Mako, but then instantly gets traded by RB.
Yeah, they just don't seem to be able to make any progress here. 30 seconds on the clock, and B site so far away. Zest just waiting behind the smoke here, ready for Godlike to peek.
They need to get at least one more kill here for this to be remotely acceptable round, I feel. Because RB, as it stands, if he survives, he's got enough money to go ahead and buy for somebody else. Shots flying his way. He is somehow dodging all of these.
Yeah, he's
It's a
so
punish,
good.
and Han is not going to be able to get a damn thing at the end of it. So it's just the kill on the Mako.
6-10. WGS in dire straits right now. They cannot afford to have a round like that. That was the biggest shutdown round in the second half we've seen here.
Yeah.
They just never got to get anywhere, and you're seeing how DRX is able to leverage utility to basically draw the positions out. So WGS calls for a timeout. I mean, they were definitely outstratted there. You know, and a lot of times you can strain that attacker side team to the point where they have only 25 seconds. You know, they haven't gotten on site yet. It gives so much less time to clear all those corners and try to get that plant.
And it just feels like if you're going to do the creep up at B long, grab the orb for Godlike, and then full shift over towards A, taking the teleporter, you have to be playing that as a fast hit. You know, there's so little time left in the clock. You can't be playing with ambiguity, make a thing like, well, are we going to hit A or are we going to rotate back over to B? You know,
Yeah.
You just kind of have to assault the site very quickly. They don't do it. I thought Godlike was just going to throw the Rolling Thunder, and then they charge out onto the site with relay bolts and everything like that. They don't. And I think that if they did, maybe they don't win the round, but they probably walk away from it doing a hell of a lot more damage to DRX's economy.
Yeah.
But it just feels like there was some level of indecision here. And unfortunately, it leads to them only getting a single kill, not being able to get the round win. And WGS fan, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what he maybe saying. I don't want to be on camera, but I think he's saying like, I'm not a real WGS fan. This is just I lost a bet. I had to wear the
They've
jersey.
got players playing in the audience.
I actually left DRX.
Quick recapture to that. This is them in their death throes, just trying to get onto the site.
Nice.
And the completely whiffed shot there from Neon. Way over the left shoulder.
Okay.
So they're going to try to come in, and I think they're going to try to actually get map presence here a little bit sooner. RB still up here in heaven.
They will smoke that off. Now the Rolling Thunder is going to come through, but unfortunately it doesn't hit anyone.
Yeah, they're all backed up. A little bit predictable play here from WGS.
This buys them space, though, and allows them to get the spike planted. Sylvan's watching around the back. They do have a trademark there as well. They try to stop this spike, but yeah, just off the side. Really smart plant position there from I'm Ready. All going to be cleared. Luke finding the one. Flash and Godlike just trying to get out of that position. He does so successfully, and Luke picks up 2 kills.
DRX struggling here. Oh, Stacks just completely blindsided with the judge. I don't think DRX can recover, man.
Yeah.
They're just going to go ahead and abandon the position, go back to B, save their guns, give that 7th win here to WGS. Guys, WGS is hanging with DRX. It's happening.
At times by a thread, but this is definitely a lot better of a look here from the side of WGS, and this is what I wanted. Just concise, quick hits on the site. They throw the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't matter if it catches anybody. If it does, cool. Rush in, get the punish, but it buys them enough space to get onto the site. Really smart plant position to avoid the orbital strike. That was a good read by I'm Ready with the plant. And then they manage to just pick them off as they try to re-enter. Really good shots from Luke, who we'll see his kills coming in right now. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, great play. Just completely negating heaven. And Stacks, unfortunately, it's harder to get into lamps than you'd think. So we go now into the next round here. And they've used Viper's Pit in showers here. So that really eliminates points of entry here for A. But that doesn't mean they don't have to go for A here. WGS is hanging back by quite a bit. It is Buzz here with the operator. He's been peering down B long. And so I think they're probably just going to go up into A main. I mean, that's where they're all positioned here.
Yeah,
but
they
keep
can
in
get
mind,
in.
the Viper can pop in and out of Viper's Pit here and make this a lot more difficult as well.
We'll get slowed up by the pain shells there momentarily. The Boombot as well going to be sent forward. Han just jumping across, but RB just almost randomly comes up with that shot there onto Luke. Great little momentary reaction as Han is caught off guard. RB finding an immense amount of value. Now has the showstopper, sends it over towards Lamps. Not going to get the kill.
Puts another one out there. That one might actually connect. Godlike going to scramble away.
This moves out in front of teleporter for a moment.
Spike is not down yet, which is a problem. And now Spike is stuck.
Ace, he's got it.
Dude.
What a round from RB.
I'm gonna have to name
Unbelievable
my
ace.
child after RB. Or if I have 2 children, I name one R and one B.
Yeah, it's Robert Brandon.
That's
Robert
right.
Brandon plot.
That was crazy.
His initials would be RBP.
RB McTassel's plot. That was sick.
Just
It's almost easy when you watch that clip to forget there's 4 other players on his team
Yeah.
in that moment. I mean, that's just incredible.
I mean, the first kill, like, I didn't, I was caught off guard that he managed to pick that up, but every other elimination was just great little minor adjustments. You can tell he's getting ready to swing away, notices there's somebody there, immediately realigns his crosshair and gets those kills one after the other. And most of the time you see, an ace from a Raze, it's typically because the Showstopper killed like 2 of them. No, Showstopper didn't kill anybody. The paint shells didn't kill anybody. It was just clean rifling from RB.
Okay. B long is where it's at. They've got some pretty good crossfire here between Elbow and that little nook by Tube. But they're going to kind of let him come in there. Oh, Buzz.
Yep, just a timing thing. He sees the fast lane come up, figures somebody's either getting ready to push into the site or they're walking forward across the teleporter, and just gets the hit.
Is it teleporter time? Is it time for them to get stuck by a snake bite in showers? Is that what we're waiting for?
It could be. They're sticking around though. But I mean, the guy goes out. It's like, yep, they're still here.
Oh, Luke!
Great flash timing. Good call there, whether it was Luke calling for the flash or Godlike setting him up. Zest though in the corner, it still takes another one down with him. Couldn't trade him fast enough. Sylvan though manages to break open the site. Looks like they're wary of RB approaching.
Oh, not bad. So it's going to be a plant inside a tube.
Can't even get it down.
And then there's none.
Oh, actually, he did get the plant. Never mind.
Yeah.
I thought they get him just in time, but they get the plant money. But that's a
Yeah.
hooray!
Yay, plant money. I'm going to splurge at the mall.
It's icing on the cake that gets dropped on the floor.
Yeah. That was such a sick shot by Luke.
Great set play. Unfortunately, if they could have traded Zest right before he got the kill on the I'm Ready, if they had one more person alive going into the rest of this round, I think they absolutely can win it out. But Sylvan, unfortunately, having to hold to get the plant, was out of time. Can't even get the weapon out.
All right, man.
This brings it to map point.
Yeah. WGS. Can they do it, man? Guns are not great. Oh, that's cute. They're going to go ahead and send the dog up through hookah. And again, okay, it's going to... Oh, blinded! And they just take Neon out immediately. Godlike does get Mako, so it's still a 4v4. But, again, the big thing with DRX on defending side bind is that it's so hard to ever get onto site with what you need. They make the whole part of getting that entry so difficult that by the time you get there, you're out of players and usually out of time.
It's just unfortunate. He's... Okay, nice shot from
Buzz.
Yeah, quick, clean little adjustment. I mean, that overdrive was online for Han for 6 rounds.
Okay.
And he finally pops it and he just dies right at the start. And this is grinding to a halt. As Sylvan completely unawares.
Humiliating defeat there at the end. A shot through the back as Sylvan goes down and DRX takes the first victory. 13-7, right? 13-7, I believe. Congrats to them. We're not done yet. It is a best of 3, of course. But WGS, look, they can hang, but they cannot get that 13-score victory, at least so far.
Yeah. Well, it's just feeling like a lot of the same. They improved their score from the last time they played against DRX and played on Bind. They improved their score by a single round. It was 13-6 last time. But even with a little bit of a rocky start from the side of DRX, they managed to just buckle down, find their groove, get into their stride. And I mean, RB coming up with the ace, that's just a mental defeat there over WGS.
Mental and physical, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys, well, we are still just at the start of this best of 3, and honestly, just at the start of the show, because although we are casting DRX versus WGS, we're going to On Slayers versus Damwon Kia later on tonight. So do stick with us.
Oh yeah, this could be a very long evening. Even if this series ends up going a little bit past, I think that second one is kind of destined to go to 3 maps. But I'm hoping that WGS can dig deep, can bring it back.
I think WGS can, but again, you know, WGS with these few moments of brilliance still being completely overcrowded, overpowered by the overall play here from DRX.
Yeah. You know, I gotta give him credit again over to Zest for second time playing the Brim overall.
Yeah.
Seemed very well practiced from him. Like I think this is the 4th time he's ever played Controller or Smoke. He's played Astra once, Viper once, and now Brimstone twice. You compare that to how many maps he has banked as Sova, which I believe is 133 in his career.
Yeah.
The man basically plays nothing but Sova, and then Sage is his next highest. So for him to just kind of bring out the Brim for the first time in forever, I think he's played it once within the last 90 days was the first time that he had played it. And
that's right.
yeah, didn't really miss a beat. There was a great read by I'm Ready that kind of dodged the orbital strike, but everything else from Zest was crisp and clean, as was his aim.
DRX, 13-7 here. I think WGS, there's no shame in that loss, by the way. I think they did play well, but this has got to be frustrating for them because they're hitting that wall again. And if they hit that wall again one more time, I mean, down you go into the lower part of the bracket. And a big theme with this season is that history is repeating itself.
Oh, yeah. It definitely is. Unfortunately for WGS, not quite the history that they want to have repeated. They're having this, you know, the round robin part history repeat itself rather than that Stage 1 playoffs run where they were able to kick off a series 1-0 over DRX. So rough tidings ahead of them. I also think back to that series. They played on Haven. It was 13-2 for DRX.
Yeah.
When they played against it last stage. So hopefully things will be a bit better for WGS as we get ready to go into that second map.
Guys, we're going to be going to a break in a second here. DRX versus WGS. Right now, DRX with that 1-0 lead. We wait after this break to see, can WGS possibly come back from this Goliath of an opponent, or is DRX going to close it out?
They get 1-2 more, that would be massive. Mako, those relay bolts already burned, trying to slow people up. Sylvan, though, across the way, managing to find 2.
Hey!
RB and Zest both out of the fight. Again on this round here, losing their weapons. Quite costly. Pushing from Buzz, though. And out. He's trying to shut it down. Tap the spike, it's all on RB, and he can't do it. Read the huckle that he writes it in. It says, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Bouncing it the way. Swinging out, and oh boy. Uh-oh. Very much do favor DRX. Pretty much every man trick there. Finds 2 kills, rolling thunder, crashing in. Godlike now looking for the counter entry. And he's got the spike sent forward. Han just jumping across, but Omar, they're on to Luke. Great little momentary reaction as Han is caught off teleporting for a moment.
Spike is not down yet, which is a problem. And now Spike is stuck.
Ace, he's got it. This is grinding to a halt. Sylvan.
Hello, everybody. We are back. DRX is still killing it from that first map, but we're going to go into map 2. And we got to see, you know, if WGS can step it up a little bit. 13-7, that's kind of like, for WGS, it's in the middle, right? I mean, they didn't get completely dumpstered. It wasn't like a 13-2.
Yeah.
They were able to hold their own, but it was not also that close, right? It wasn't a 13-11 or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, WGS, the most they were able to string together was 3 rounds consecutively, and I put that in quotations because it was the final round of the first half, the first 2 rounds of the second half. So they weren't really able to get the ball rolling. Every time they kind of started gaining momentum or they pick them around when they get a thrifty, DRX just makes some minor adjustments, and then they just, you know, manage to take it right back away from them. So it was very much in the hands of DRX there. They didn't drop the ball too many times, so fairly clean win. And now we go into their map pick of Haven, so this is dangerous territory for WGS, because like we said, if they could get even just a map win, be able to be the first team to get a map win against DRX here in this stage, that would be a decent boon for them getting ready to go into the lower bracket.
Sure, yeah.
With Haven now on the horizon, WGS have done some really wacky things on this map. I don't know what to expect. I think that they still can do it. They have put up some decent performances, particularly with, because it was on Haven, I believe, the first time that we saw Han kind of staying in for a second map. He was going to the chamber. Godlike shifts over to the jet. When they started making those adjustments, it was on Haven, and it did look good. So they can absolutely still take this to a 3-map set, but they need to play a lot better.
We talked earlier on about the fact that DRX, obviously their goal to win here, but they are also not just thinking about this match as the end-all match. They want to win this region and then win on a global level. Whereas WGS, they are absolutely 100% bringing out the best possible strategies they can think of on every map, in every round, because they need this. I mean, for them, this is like their finals in a sense, okay? Yeah. If you're a team of WGS's caliber, and look, they're a good team. If they can actually beat DRX here, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So, let's see what DRX is going to bring into this here now. It looks like RB, in a split decision here, is going to get the MVP vote.
Yeah, so this is a tie break, but because RB won the in-game MVP and had the highest ACS, the tie break does go his way. I personally went for Mako. I'm glad to see a shout there for Zest as well. Honestly, I think between the three of them, not really a bad decision. Even with Buzz in the mix, it would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
I think Stacks looked a little bit off. Still had some really nice clutch moments by the end. Started getting fired up a little bit, but it was a bit of a rocky start for him. But for everybody else on the team, yeah, you could have easily given them a shout for the MVP there on Bind. But now, they get ready to move into Haven. Looks like they've got DRX on the attack first, so WGS electing to start off on the defender side.
Yeah. Now, DRX here, they had many maps to pick, and they chose this one. I think they're just extremely comfortable on this map in general. I do think WGS has looked kind of wobbly at times on Haven. WGS, by the way, they did exhibit some of this behavior in the first map, but they do like to, on the defender side, do these kind of aggro pushes and try to get a kill or two, and then scramble back to whatever, spike site they're defending. And that did work against them here. There are a lot of techniques we've seen, whether it's on C or on A, periodically even, people pushing out from B and mid here, but we may see that here from WGS. Again, they are going to start on the defender side. If that is the case, I hope they can have better execution, because frankly, I think in almost every moment that they tried to do that, it backfired and they just got dropped.
Well, not changing up much of anything here for the side of DRX. Buzz, you think maybe we see him on the stick with the chamber, goes for the Killjoy, something that he has shown time and time again. I'm already going to be shifting back over to the Sova, though, and then Godlike, this has been the biggest adjustment that WGS have made as of late, is Godlike picking up the jet on this map. Sometimes on other ones, like, Breeze and whatnot, he will go for it. And then Han, of course, with the chamber. So we'll see how they fare. This needs to be a strong performance from WGS out from the get-go. They have their side selection. They need to come out on top.
Guys, Game 2 has loaded up. This is the map, Haven. Right now, DRX has the 1-0 lead over WGS.
First on the attack. 4-man stack over here at C Long. Zest looking for a bit of a lineup. There's the push up and a couple taps in from Han. Not going to get the eliminations, but does quite a bit of damage. Flash out to the backside. They're still going to commit to this as RB goes dashing forward.
Oh, RB with the reload into the smoke. Big mistake there. Buzz takes out Han. It is a 4-3 right now as far as counts go. And then Luke takes out Zest, evening things out.
Tying it up just a little bit as they clear out the bot. Buzz narrowly escaping there, somehow doesn't take any damage. Backside is covered, but now Buzz going to fall as he tries to rotate out of Cubby.
Now this could go either way. This is planted here for C Long.
Oh God, like what is this push?
Well, that was a weird. exchange. I don't know why he shot at the floor.
I mean, maybe if you have a frenzy in that situation, but I don't know. Luke just going to be holding, gets it to half.
Oh, Luke's so low.
He's taking so much damage, and he has to jump forward, so now he has to get back over to the spike versus 2 people. Yeah.
Yeah, not going to happen. And there you go, Stacks and Mako close it out. 1-0 lead here. Good opening there from DRX. You know, one of the oldest strats in the book on Haven, the plant for C-Long. Works as well if you've got an operator as it does if you've got a ghost, man.
Yeah.
As long as you can hit him and drag the spike diffuse out, you can come home with a win.
It's a good quick trade. I want to see this.
Yeah, there was this weird moment where
So I
don't know what.
think the problem here is that Godlike, he dashes forward, and I believe he gets flashed
That must have been.
by Luke. So didn't quite position his head enough to not get blinded, so you can't see anything, and in the end it looks a bit silly.
Oh, there's actually going to be a, once again, WGS move here. Push out of C-Long. Stacks ready with the flash.
Oh.
Oh, dude.
That'd be just shifting. Trying to offset, catch him off guard. There's the cubby. Huntrick cannot escape.
That was a funny kill.
Always the worst feeling as a chamber player when you die right as you're teleporting.
Yeah, literally your corpse gets pulled away. And so this should be an easy closer here. Godlike with the Marshal. And really no target to find, at least not for now.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, Godlike. I take it back.
I was going to say, box is basically the easiest. You know that somebody's going to be the back of sight, so got to clear out. RB had already taken quite a bit of damage on the entry, so they do pick up 1. Stops it from being flawless. Still a far cry away from what they would like out of this round. Yeah, Stacks just avoiding the hit. Luke is just very much getting ferried around. Doesn't know which way to look. Once the kill, can't
Beautifully
get it.
done.
Stacks will make it out. That's a 2-0 start. Good anti-eco here from DRX.
Yeah, Spectre's just going to be moving on it to round 3. Let's see if WGS can pull something off in this bonus round. Probably going to see a shift in player behavior here from DRX. They probably want to take some more tight angles, some more spray down fights. I don't think C-Long is going to be the same option or a viable option from before.
Stacks is Sully from Monsters Inc., I suppose.
나이스.
Quick kills coming in. Unfortunately, just the one found for
Blind
WGS.
shot through the box. Oh.
Oh, okay. There's a good start. There's a better start.
Oh, God, like right around the corner.
Oh, the dink, though. They're both
Stacks,
so low.
so
Stacks.
Stacks gets the kill.
And that's somewhat unacceptable there. Inside of WGS, you need to try to keep him in. They can't get the kill. Luke turns his sight back over. Gets Zest. Mako quick to trade it out. Now he trades up. Himself a second kill. They know exactly where Luke is at, so the spike is just going to be shipped over to C. Never mind.
Dude.
Mako will finish the round.
Yeah, that was a great round. Super impressive. 3-0.
That's a bit of a catastrophe.
It's a pretty big punish. You know, it looked like they were initially going to be able to control the 2 lanes today. But ultimately, Mako got in there, was able to get his own rifle, and really just shut that entire spot down. And even if that didn't work, it looks like, you know, a C or B site spike plant was going to be en route anyways. Timeout called here from WGS. I can't say I really blame him.
Oh, yeah, no, this is definitely the time to do it. Because I think most people, even when you're just playing online with your friends, you know, whatever rank you're at, you lose that bonus round, you can start going on tilt a little bit. So being able to call the timeout now early on after losing the bonus, try to course correct during this anti-eco, or at least set up a set play once you have rifles coming in round number 5. I don't mind this at all from WGS. It's proactive.
I agree. I mean, even for the people watching at home, I mean, everybody's experienced that 3rd round loss where you're like, okay, this is already terrible.
When can we forfeit?
Yeah. And then somebody's like, we need to forfeit now. And you're like, no, you need to calm down.
Yeah.
You know. But usually they don't calm down. They ask for a forfeit again on the immediate side switch. It is recoupable, but again, if we were going to have a back and forth, it would have started on that round 3. It hasn't. Mako, now see, I can help with the translation. So Ko is also nose in Korean.
Yeah.
But there's blood coming out of it.
It's like the anime nosebleed. I guess he sees Mako and he's just like,
백상한 거 조심.
That's what happens when I try to play against Mako. Just blood coming out of my brain. Oh, he's so good.
trying to think about what plays Mako's going to do. Just hurts your head.
Oh,
뭐야.
That's actually a very clever sign.
it's good.
I like that.
That was one for all the comedians out there. Once again, Godlike going to try to come out and get a shot down from A short. It's not happening, though. C is naked right now, but you can see DRX proceeding with caution. They do not want to overextend. They do not want to drop to a Marshall or a Sheriff and start to have a bit more strain as far as map progress goes.
We are suspicious about an aggressive push out of lobby. Stax is sat all the way back outside of C long, waiting to throw a flash over here. Should they hear some footsteps start stomping over towards them? Three-man creep up now. As you still have Godlike sitting in sewers with that Marshall. Like you said, C, it's completely unoccupied, but DRX have not necessarily gotten the read on that yet. So they can continue to just sit right outside of spawn. They're going to run the clock on this. Yep, that's what they're waiting for.
That was the move right there. Let them overextend, and they do a very good fake, although it looks like RB loses his face in the process. Godlike does get the pick in the distance. Seaside still for the taking. It will go uncontested. Mako remaining the lurker in the back here and making a swoop around from the back of C a lot more uncomfortable as a spike is safely planted.
I mean, he knows that they want to recover that weapon, so he goes for the punish. He sees Godlike as well. A shot flies his way through that from that Marshall. Now they start creeping over. Mako, back's turned. Manages the shift. Catches
so
Han. Right outside of garage. That's a major punish. And at this point, if you're Godlike, you've got that gun in your hand, you might just consider holding on to it. He wants to get Mako, though.
Yeah, Godlike is on the hunt here.
Sylvan in the meantime, trying to find anything that he can with that Sheriff of his. Here's the swing through. All the shots.
Dude.
Come flying from...
Perfect. Perfect
Godlike,
play.
If he held his trigger for just a little bit longer, he might have been able to get the jump, but Mako's just too damn good in those situations.
A lot of DRX support here.
Oh, of course. I mean, we started off a little bit light in the crowd, but it is...
Yeah, it's
filling
actually
up.
getting pretty packed in here. By the way, guys, you can come see our events live here in studio in Seoul.
Very true.
You should. This is really where esports all started, and there's still esports events every day out here. Ours is one of them, and it's especially nice having an audience back here after this pandemic had everything closed for so long.
Yeah, we've now kind of gotten past one of the lesser restrictions, I guess, which is that when you have a live audience, you know, they didn't want people like yelling and really projecting their voices in the crowd and whatnot. Now you can make as much noise as you damn well please.
Yeah, watching this perspective from Godlike is pretty rough. iReady does get the drop on him.
Oh, and Han.
But it was all a lie, Achilleos. They're going to C.
It was, and if they can manage to still pull this off, it's going to be monstrous from DRX to really keep the momentum behind them, because this is really going to hurt WGS economically if they lose this. Even losing a couple guns is not going to be great for them. We'll see if DRX can pull this off. They don't have a Hunter's Fury. They still hold on to 2 shock darts. Got the lineup ready. They're waiting for a tap. For now, the Nano Swarm to go out and buy some time. Their backside aftershock into the cubby. Tap on the spike.
They're doing it.
Gravity well.
Gets
one.
stop.
Oh, Buzz that he knows. Yes, he did. Now they know that iReady is pushed forward. That there's the first dart. Gets the kill. Godlike with time's out, though. Gets another. Mako rotating around the side.
Dude.
Oh, my God.
He's so good.
Okay, he will get sliced. And they just have enough time.
I think they just barely get it.
Couple seconds to spare there. WGS. Oh, that was
Damn.
almost a catastrophe, but they still lose 3 rifles here, Tasteless.
Yeah, they did. Mako just coming out of nowhere and sharking him hard. Beautifully done. Okay, so WGS picks up a win. I don't know how much of a confidence boost this is going to be. I mean, they narrowly got that spike diffused.
Yeah. Technically only lose 2, because Godlike survived. He had the Blade Storm pop, so he recovers a weapon. So
Right, yeah, he'll grab whatever's on the floor.
So not actually quite as bad as I was making it sound. But Mako, I mean, the fact that he still almost nearly does manage to clutch this is always terrifying.
To be honest, if Godlike hadn't even gotten to the spike in time after that kill, it could have still gone off.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
If it took him, you know, an extra second and a half to have to dispatch Mako there, it could have very much been a 5-0 for DRX, but it's a much-needed win for WGS. Allows them to keep their buys moving forward. He's still not in the super comfortable spot, but economy-wise, not that bad off. Oh, a whip dash there from Godlike takes quite a bit of damage, and I'm ready going to be traded out. Godlike shifts back up, stairs down sewers. We'll find Zest.
Oh, good smoke over there.
And it is, and Han playing up close and personal.
Oh, man, it's always Mako. It's always Mako from the angle we don't see. It hits him from the side.
Yep.
Just Sylvan remaining. Now, if anybody could do it, it would be him.
Yeah. Yeah, but
or not, you know.
not today.
You know, not that I would have put my money on it, okay? Not crazy, guys.
Probably, it's like if you have Mako versus Sylvan in a 1v1 to clutch, what happens? Does the Earth just implode on itself?
I don't know. It's like they both fire at each other, but their bullets just hit each other's bullets. It's like, you guys are so good. It's the perfect battle.
It's like that proposed theory that if you put a slice of buttered toast in the back of a cat and then you try to drop it, the toast wants to land face down, but the cat wants to land on its feet, so it just swirls in midair infinitely.
Physicists have been trying to figure this out forever, and they're still just baffled.
Just create a source of infinite energy.
Yeah, that's right. Now, it looks to be A, at least for now. Keep in mind, this is actually kind of a halfway there buy for WGS. They're not in the most comfortable position. They do have... oh, hold on. Is he going to come down?
Godlike was spotted.
Oh, Godlike.
I mean, Zest, he saw him jiggling in sewers, and he knows Godlike, he's playing a jet. He's going to go aggro. He's going to try to push the envelope. And he gets looked at the end, so nice little punish there from Zest. Extremely well read, and that's one of the guns now gone. Sheriff Spectre for I'm Ready, half armor for Luke, so like you said, it's a bit of a half investment, but very much an all-in from all of the players here on WGS, getting whatever they can.
Oh my God. They okay.
Han saw him,
Han,
for sure.
He had to have. Well,
he's playing this perfectly.
Han's in a very good position now because they're not going to be ready.
Absolutely. No one is looking behind.
All right, Zest gets him. Is that enough to pull that lead? They're going to go for C regardless.
It's 3v3. RB somehow survives there.
Sylvan. No reload yet.
2 HP remaining.
Oh my God, he had him, but he just didn't have the balls for the God.
Swing out.
RB is so good. Crossfire is amazing.
Oh! I'm ready on the back approach. Getting one. Now it's all on RB.
RB. 2 HP. Oh!
Okay. I don't know about that swing out, but...
Yeah, I don't think he should have pulled out. I think he waited for a diffuse sound. I don't think... Did he have any bolts? Maybe not.
He had one.
Oh, yeah, he shouldn't have peeked.
One little shock dart there. I think he should have just waited out, but I was feeling confident. Goes for the swing. Doesn't get the hit. Maybe he thinks that, well, he's not going to anticipate that I just swing out. He knows that I'm really low HP, so this should catch him off guard. Great lurk from Han, though.
Yeah.
Played it to perfection.
It was right through the blind spot as they were all quietly getting up there. They just didn't quite see him. He saw them.
Oh.
So that's going to be the second win on the board here for WGS.
I want a gif of that. Just Han clapping in the background.
Yeah.
The end of the round is very good job.
Oh, Han's going to go for the push again. Now we're going to do it from the other side of C.
They're wary of this, at least Mako is.
Oh. Damn, RB.
Oh, yeah, they read that like a
total
book.
assassin there.
Sherry from I'm Ready, fishing for a target. Luke trying to hold a ramp.
Oh, and this is just going to be all about A right now. The spike just around the corner here. They do still have Mako with the lurk over here at spawn. There could be a duel there with Han.
He's just backing away. Joins in with the rest of the squad. And the call to save will be made by WGS. Everybody else is going to start moving back.
6th win inbound right now for DRX as WGS just isn't able to get a break, really.
And, you know, kind of as mentioned, this is their side select, thinking, you know, we're going to have our best odds of putting up solid numbers on that defender side. Has not really come to fruition here for the side of WGS, so this puts more pressure on their attack. It puts more pressure on them to get as many wins as possible in this half, because the best they can do coming off the back of this is going to be, you know, 6-6. But given the pace, the way the DRX have been playing, this punish that's coming in, leaving Han is the only one left with a weapon. if he can even hold on to it. The likelihood that DRX don't advance past that 6-round figure is looking slim.
Yeah, DRX looking primed so far to at least go 8-4 here, unless WGS can really step it up. And I do think, to be honest, WGS looked overall a lot stronger on Bind. A lot more of those games inside that map, or rounds, I should say, inside that map, were closer together here. So this is rough, man.
왼쪽에 나와 넣으시면 돼요.
Just a bit. I mean, unfortunately for WGS, just given their history, you know, you take a look at their map win rates and whatnot, none of them look particularly great, but Bind would definitely be one of the better ones. They actually have a slightly better, just because of that loss on Bind in map 1. They do now have a slightly better win rate on Haven at 64%, but even then, it's not ideal.
Okay, a very, very slow start here for DRX. Look at the coin flip play here. I kind of like it, to be honest. A 5-stack over on A. A could be tempting, but the thing about DRX in this series so far is they seem to favor C a little bit more. And so they have basically just outmaneuvered any opportunities that WGS was going to create for themselves over here at A. And so this is going to be, you know, a retake with a Vandal and Sheriffs. It's going to be bad, Achilleos.
Yep. It could be. I mean, WGS have already shown us a couple thrifties on Bind. Maybe they can make it happen here. Puts a lot of importance on Han with the Vandal. Needs to be the one really helping to open things up, but he's actually going to be the one playing back. He's looking to see if there's any aggression that comes out of Garage. Flash is looking decent. They get Buzz cornered, but Zest is just holding the line.
Dude, Zest.
Does he get a fourth pull away?
He would have stayed had he not needed to reload.
Oh, God.
Like.
Cheeky little jump across
He
the
Peter
opposite side.
Pans over to the other side, but it doesn't matter.
Ace, maybe? Nope.
Nope, Mako. Mako, my ace. Get ready. The teamwork, it's not going to be as good now for DRX. Zest didn't get his ace. The infighting's going to start.
Yep. This is
It's
how it
going
all
to be
falls
DRX
apart.
mutiny now.
Zest's the shot caller, too, so he's just going to send Mako on a bunch of like suicide missions on the map. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, we really need you to push C with just a Sheriff and no armor.
하나 더 아니야? 깼고?
아, 내 거.
에이스 줘라. 아, 나이스.
근데 에이스인 줄도.
Punched him.
Slightly bothered by it. Straight back in. So you got to shake that off. Right back into the round. Trying to make this lead even more dominant.
All right.
Rolling Thunder crashing across, and oh, RB.
RB.
Yeah, he eats it, but it does not matter.
Death from above.
He is just floating up top like an AC-130. Sending shots down, 2 eliminations. Kills confirmed. Dash still at the ready, spots another target, drops down, draws the weapon out, and he's just wreaking havoc. The HP bar is so low.
Dude, this is such a just insane performance here. They're not going to get in there. And, I mean, we barely even got to, you know, discuss anything about this round because things picked up so quickly. RB just kills Han.
He was just running. He was just running. The bullet spray just whipped out to the left and killed him. Well, Mako now on the lurk. He's looking for the catch. I'm ready, wary of this, and he does get the punish.
Okay, it's something, man. And they're all on the hunt right now. This is a scary game of hide and seek.
RB swinging the corner.
All right.
Let's get shut down. 25 health. Yep, just stay crouched.
Oh, they're trying to wallbang. Just doesn't quite connect.
Ooh. Well,
DRX is scary, man.
I wouldn't want to be in a dark alleyway. RB comes walking up to you.
I wouldn't want to be a Vandal holder in a round loss against these guys. Look at him.
It's just wonderful. You know, so few teams will really be like, yeah, let's like purposely stun one of our players with a rolling thunder to get some kind of event. Like, he just gets pushed so high up into the air.
Yeah.
You've got that pinpoint accuracy when you're floating, so it doesn't matter realistically if you're stunned. So RB just makes the best out of it.
Lockdown. Do we have, I guess yeah. There's no way for them to use the Hunter's Fury on this, so this is just going to happen.
Yeah, no Hunter Sphere. You can't get a lineup on that to try to get the Aftershock through, so you just have to wait it out.
Oh my God.
Rolling Thunder.
Godlike is pretty insane here. Well, Godlike's gone anyways. RB's on site. Damn, guys!
Unbelievable.
Just Han hanging out. Bear spray on the wall. Sunglasses. Not going to cut it, unfortunately.
Now, Han, can you do anything here? Again, this is just, you know, if you're not clutching out the round, it doesn't matter because the economy is so well established. The next round is the last one of the half.
Yeah.
So it's basically clutch or kick at this point.
The pockets are deep, Achilleos. This is brutal.
That they are.
Oh, okay.
RB a little maybe overzealous. There's one, but now he's got to do that 3 more times in the next 5 seconds. And he's just going to die. I mean, there's nothing more you can do there.
Yeah, that's going to be that.
9 now for DRX. I think I misspoke, actually. It was Godlike's Rolling Thunder, not this last round, but the one before that stunned RB. He just didn't care about it.
We're moving into the last round in the first half. As, I mean, they just burned down the hiding spot there of the chamber. Nice shot, though, by Han. And ultimately, it was just like, no, no.
Well,
yeah, DRX is having fun. WGS, I mean, things are looking dire. We've got 2 judges and 3 Vandals bought. And if you notice, they're actually hard stacking certain sites now. So it's all about C.
I mean, A is unfortunately completely
They're
open.
basically flipping coins. They're losing, and then lately they've been flipping coins, and then they lose the coin flip, and it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. The problem is there's 2 sites who have coined. There's 3 sites on Haven.
Yeah.
So.
Like, can you get a 3-sided coin? No, you can't. That's impossible.
Yeah. Well, the spike still being ushered forward over towards A, or at least just sitting in that cubby at long. So they default around. Mako crept forward. He knows their tendencies.
Ooh, Han!
He's got some nice shooting there. I'm ready with a punish. This round is
9-3.
far from over now.
9-3, 9-3. Hold on, they are going to take A. RB bumping his head on the roof.
I think it's a fake into heaven
Yeah,
now. He wants
smart.
to make him think about that.
It's really smart.
What's going on with Stacks is like planting that diagonally.
So they're going to take their time coming up into heaven, not find anything. Aldrone here below. Luke here ready with the flash.
Gravity well used to try to get that daze out. RB going to be clipped. Let's get stunned for the moment. 2-man approach out of heaven. Around the corner is Han. Tries to get that final judge kill at range. He cannot, but Godlike is there for the cleanup, and WGS will manage to get Buzz with no glasses.
Yes.
He changes it up from time to time. But yeah, I mean, it was looking a bit dire given, as you put it, double judge. When you're on the defender side, I guess it's not that bad, but
Yeah.
Han able to make the most of it. You can see he's still keeping his spirits high. And that was just far too much for me to try to read what was going on with that sign.
So here we are in round 13. And it looks like WGS ready to go on to C here. C is going to be empty here with the exception of Killjoy not far from Garage.
DRX paying a bit of attention there as they have a double creep out of B. Stacks offering support from the site itself. Site will be taken though, but it's going to be a 5v4 retake attempt here by DRX.
Now it's a 4 versus 5 here with Stacks, 75% of his HP. They're going to do the same idea-wise setup that we saw here in the first round of the first half here, where it's going to be them trying to control from a distance instead of trying to hold on to the site. And good body blocking here,
Yeah,
Buzz.
Buzz is just eating the
Buzz
bullets.
meat shields it. Okay, this is humiliating.
I mean,
okay.
that is just toying
That
with
is,
your opponent. And then they kill all of them at the end. And then they kill everybody at the
And then
end.
we just get a shot of their computers and they all explode over there. I mean, it's crazy. Oh my God.
That was like old gentleman moves where you take off your coat and you'd lay it in a puddle.
I feel like they're
so
gonna.
that
They're all sad and then they look down and they're like, wait a minute, where's my watch? They pickpocketed me. How much worse could this be?
The gentleman Buzz just sitting
Yeah.
there in front. It's like,
They
nah.
leave after losing and they go downstairs. Their car's gone. Their car got stolen.
Unreal. The Incredible Hulk just like grabbing a kid while there's some, bomb goes off in the
Yeah.
background, saves him. That's just Buzz standing in
Watching
front of him.
some baby get Hulk smashed. Oh!
Oh God. Well, okay. They trade one back at long last. We find a bit more though. Says tag down to 70.
A lot like we saw on Bind here. It's DRX just shutting down entry over here onto the A site.
Yeah, shutting down probably the best summary. Sylvan needs to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, but he cannot. Even with Zest already getting tagged low, doesn't find the
Bro,
elimination.
he needs to pull a golden rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah, it's a heavy rabbit.
Yeah. You need strong muscles to pull a golden rabbit out. Pounds all around. DRX gets that 11th victory. The bonus round is here. And look, I just don't see it, man. DRX so strong on the defense so far.
Yeah, I mean, trying to reverse out of this position is so tough. Obviously, just from this point on, every round has to be a win. You don't want to get taken into overtime. RP, that's a great start. They're ready. They read this perfectly. They still did lose God, like a nice lurk out from Buzz. Manages to trade one back, but it's still a trade up and a spike plan as we finally pay some attention here to B site. Stacks, however, still anchoring in the back. Finds an elimination, but Luke gets a spike on the ground. Gets a kill. Stacks trades it back, and now it's a 2v2.
Sylvan's going to stay on the outside of B. And over by window, Han's going to stay there as well. Okay, so they're going to know Sylvan's back there.
He's got two guards.
Yeah, I was going to say he could. Oh, dude, he just, pulls him right back out of there. And they're going to see it's actually window. Whoop.
Well, Stacks just interrupts the defuse.
I actually got so confused there. Yeah, that's going to be the 12th win. Damn, dude. Is it going to be a 3-13 here?
It unfortunately feels that way.
It
and
does.
Again, it's not much of an improvement the last time that they... Because I'm pretty sure the last time they played Haven versus DRX was during the playoffs in Stage 1.
Yeah.
And that was a 13-2 victory for DRX. So it's once more only being able to add, a single round to the count compared to what we saw from them last time.
I mean, this is a crushing defeat right now. WGS calls for the timeout. This is the coach giving them their last rites. This is brutal.
Just get the, lawyers out here, double check the last wills and testaments.
Yeah, that's right. And your keyboard and mouse pad, when you pass, who would you like to pass that on to? This is brutal.
Yep. Unfortunate here for WGS. I mean, anything else that they can do, any rounds that they could win to spare their blushes here
Well,
would be nice.
I think
but
you got to take it one round at a time, right? I mean,
for
literally the
sure.
only way you're going to do it is if you just be like, okay, what is the best thing we can do in this round? I would even imagine the coach being like, look, just take it round by round. Do your best. Okay, we're not eliminated yet. Even if we lose here, our story's not over.
Yeah.
But, seeing the Haven map pick becoming more and more clear. Again, look at the tactics they set up here to get the execution there. I mean, they win that with the gunplay, but then, to get the Astra out of the corner there, they have a perfect setup. The communication is very clean here from DRX, and they're doing it very quickly.
Well, once more into the breach, potentially for the final time in this series. RB
already drops one.
rotates out. There's the Rolling Thunder. RB just trying to tailwind out, gets himself over into the alley. Stacks quick to reply with a Rolling Thunder of his own. Zest now swinging around onto the side, finds one, finds two, and suddenly it is all on Han. A Bulldog versus 5.
Bulldog in a dream. Han just going to wait around this corner here. I don't know, guys. How do you want me to cast this? Come on. Come on. You want play-by-play for this?
And, oh, he whiffs the shot. On gets
And
one.
that's it.
But there you go.
GG. Stacks gets that final kill. A crushing performance here from DRX.
Unbelievable flank.
That is going to be it, at least for this first best of 3. And I got to tell you, man, DRX looking ready, all ready to go onto the global stage and represent the Korean region. Look, WGS, I think they had a good performance in Game 1. Game 2 was a, really damning reminder of just how good DRX is when given a map of their choice.
Yeah, this is just DRX doing DRX things. A lot of people have been saying, DRX, yeah, they're on this massive win streak. 16-map win streak, by the way, as they still have not dropped a single map in the stage. They've had some close ones, but this was very much a dismantling of WGS. RB, putting up solid figures, 6 first bloods in this map. Utterly incredible from him.
Man, really, really fun series. DRX, flexing hard there in that final map. But look, WGS, if you're a fan of that team, you don't have to stop. They're still going to be in the losers bracket.
Yeah, this isn't the end of the road for WGS,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, this is familiar territory. There was the jest earlier on from Buzz's pregame interview saying, like,
Right.
we don't think you belong in the winners bracket. We'll send you to the losers bracket where you're more comfortable.
Right.
WGS have been in this position before. It's about how far can they go from here. They don't have a team like Holy Moly to slow them up and to, make that dark horse run against them. So we'll just have to see how they're going to fare, who their opponents are going to be come tomorrow. Because, again, when you're in this position and you aren't able to win your series, you have to continue to play back to back to back.
Right.
It's close, series every single time where you only have, 22 hours, 20 hours to kind of reset, prep for whatever team you're going to be going up against and try to get as much preparation as you possibly can. DRX, on the other hand, because they win, they get to just carry on forward, wait to see who their opponent is.
Yeah, great closer here. It was kind of a reminder, I guess, to all the other teams in this region, like, this is what we are capable of. This is what we can do.
Yeah.
So DRX, an even more dominant performance there in that last game. A little bit too short for my liking, but what are you going to do when you're against the best team in the entire region?
Yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunately, it's not shocking. I don't think there would have been too many results barring a WGS, 2-0, that would have shocked me. Because again, this is a team that when they are fired up, when they are all playing as a unit, they're nailing their shots, they absolutely can contend with DRX. They can push them to the limit, maybe even beat them. But they can also have this happen.
Yeah.
So there wasn't too much that could have happened today that would have surprised me, but unfortunately, this was a little bit of a faster series than I would have liked as well.
I really think back to that one game. What was it? I guess round 1 in the second half. Or round 2. It was round 1 or round 2, but basically they went for the C plant and then body blocked the shot, smoked it off, and just got the defuse. And then murdered the entire team. And it's like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was clean
That
stuff.
that was pretty brutal, man.
I think that this is a little bit of a tougher MVP call as well, because once more, I think just about anybody on DRX you could make an argument for. Mako had some fantastic lurks and clutch moments. Stacks really leveled up compared to what we saw in the first map. Look at his KDA. He went 6.8 KDA for Stacks.
Yeah.
He only died 4 times, got 17 kills, 10 assists, had the highest econ rating. But you could very clearly make a solid argument for him. But I think in the end, Zest as well, utterly impeccable performance, and he will be the winner.
Props to everybody here on DRX, man. Again, it's hard to really pick an MVP because every single one of the players is such an all-star. If any of these guys was not on DRX, it was just on literally any of their teams, they would be the MVPs. That's how strong they are.
Yeah.
Only Texture, I guess, can really hold his own.
Yeah, and I think that one of the other things that people took notice of us in particular, we have critiqued him, is RB at internationals has been shaky, but I think that this stage right now, he is looking the best that he ever has. He's also not necessarily only playing Duelist. We have seen the Duelist-less comp come through from DRX where they have the triple initiator.
Yeah.
He shifts over to things like the KO, and he's been able to play that out really nicely. I think that this is RB potentially getting ready to go to Copenhagen in the cleanest form that we've seen from him. And that can be
Copenhagen? A little bit of hopium there?
Yeah, a little Copenhagen. Yeah.
I got nothing funny to say. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Copenhagen is going to be amazing, though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what, we can always hope for.
If they lose, it's going to be Copenhagen for us.
Yes.
For copium.
It was because of this other thing.
Right?
Really.
Right?
I don't know. We'll make up some excuse, I'm sure.
We got to go to commercial. We got to get out of this segment as fast as possible. But we won't. We have interviews with players coming up here.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a highlight reel. What else are we going to have?
We'll have a highlight reel. Good to throw to Chobra down on the stage and
That's
hear
the
from
best
Zest.
part. Yeah.
You hear from the IGL. Always good to hear from Zest and get his thoughts. I'm curious if they're going to ask, did you really show us anything here? Are these comps that you maybe look forward to playing in the future, or is this just something you're just kind of using as a shield?
Yeah,
to hide strategies.
Obfuscating the true greatest strats, agent selections you have is really important if you're going to actually win on a global level.
Yeah.
Again, DRX, we've had many seasons here where we've talked about how maybe this is going to be their moment where they do actually flex, where they do dominate, where they do prove how good this region can be. And it's not like they've done poorly, but they haven't gotten the results that I think the fans out here, the fans at home watching, and certainly, the coaching staff and sponsors want them to get.
Yeah, definitely not. As we'll take a look at the highlights here, I fully agree. The results have not quite been there. Again, we can be very proud of the performances that we have seen from the side of DRX, because oftentimes they kind of get knocked down into a loser's bracket at the end of a tournament by the team who ends up going on to win it. They got the map win off of Optic and whatnot, but they did get exposed by the likes of Zeta, by Paper Rex, and when you're trying to lay claim to being the best team in Asia as a whole, you can't have that happen.
Yeah.
So DRX still looking determined and very much hungry to earn their spot back over to yet another international event. Try to put up those figures and put their money where their mouth is.
Yeah, it's funny. WGS for a little bit of the first part of the first half looked like it was going to be close, and then it was DRX just pulling ahead. And I think we did see the confidence melt away here for WGS, which is natural.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too bad to see, but yeah, they weren't able to kind of have that instinct, that sense to stay in here. I think humiliating losses like that one where Han just gets burned up in heaven on A. There's the body blocking.
Yeah, there's the body block. It is what it is. For WGS, it's all about, can you shake this off and can you prepare for your lower bracket match? Can you get a win there? Can you keep yourself alive and then try to make that run back through the loser side of the bracket, get into the grand final, and then maybe even get another chance to go up against DRX if they're able to win out through the winner's side of things. There's a lot of questions and unfortunately very few answers, because WGS is just, as the pendulum swings, you never know which version of the team you're going to get.
Right.
And any given day, it's a different look for this team that shows up. One day you're super impressed. You're like, oh my God, these guys look incredible. Han looks like one of the best duelists in the world. And then on other days, he's sitting in a corner in A heaven, dying to an aftershock at the end of a round. So it's a puzzling conundrum, this WGS team.
Yeah, and I don't know when that's going to end or when they're going to sand down the hard edges of the team there. I do want to point out that if you guys are watching and you may be getting like closing show vibes, get rid of that, because we're only halfway done with our show for the day here.
Oh, yeah.
And really, this match that we just casted should be nothing compared to what we're about to cast here.
This is a bit of an hors d'oeuvre, little starter,
little appetizer.
Yeah, little beginning to the show, because the next one we've got our second place versus our third place team.
Yes, if the next match is going to be the pizza, this is the breadsticks. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to just eat breadsticks? Are you insane?
Are you a crazy person?
Are you a crazy person?
They don't even have cheese on them.
I don't like pizza. I like breadsticks. Okay, well, stay away from me. I'll say that much. So, yeah, on Slayers versus Damwon Kia, that's going to be super exciting. Keep in mind that Damwon Kia has constantly been fighting for that number 2 spot. Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't. But they're up against On Slayers, which is kind of the new hot team on the block here.
I mean, you also talk about, DRX in hiding strategies, playing things close to the vest. OnSlayers are the absolute kings of that because they just brought out some of the wackiest compositions that we've ever seen versus WGS and lost that series because they said, you know what, we're locked in the second place. It's fine if we lose this. So they experimented a little bit. It didn't look good at all. Now we get to really take a look at what they have planned legitimately because this Damwon is not a team where they can fool around and say, like, okay, let's try to hide things away from DRX. Like, Damwon can and will push them.
It would be foolish if you're like, we will hide our greatest strategies for the match you're never going to play.
Yeah.
So, guys, as you can see, this is my favorite graphic that we bring up, is the one after we talked about everything that's happened. It's like, so here's everything we had to lead up to.
Let's just reaffirm it.
Let's reaffirm it. Again, if you literally haven't been paying attention the entire time, DRX did beat WGS. Up next is OnSlayers versus Damwon Kia.
I mean, that is most of the chat is not paying attention because they'll constantly say, like, what is the match score? What map is it? Who picked this map? Even though all that information is on their screen pretty much at any given time when we're in game. What language is this? What region is it? Just use your eyes and read, and you will discover all these things. You don't need to ask questions to learn.
Find out.
Sometimes you go to the library, you get a book, and you can study, and then you can learn things by yourself. Sometimes you can just read what's on your screen. You will also learn things. So
that is one way to do it. So we will have, not just yet, but shortly here, an interview with the MVPs of our winning team. We are going to have a little bit of downtime in between the interview and then the next match. But as you can see, guys, we are getting further and further along into developing and ultimately completing this bracket here. WGS is going to drop down and go against Spear Gaming. That's going to be a fun match to cast, no doubt. But we do have that OnSlayers match and the Damwon Kia match coming up here.
Yeah, I mean, and tomorrow, I mean, good Lord, that is going to be a stacked and potentially very long day of games in the losers bracket to kick things off because whoever loses this series, OnSlayers or Damwon, have to go up against Maru, definitely a team that is going to look to recover from their loss yesterday versus WGS.
Right.
And look to put up a stronger performance. And then WGS versus Spear. The times that they have clashed, it's been some fairly long series, some 3 mappers in there.
Thanks, guys. I'm on stage here with the second MVP from this previous match, DRX versus WGS. It's going to be the IGL of DRX, none other than Zest himself. Well, let's just first hear how he's feeling after what seemed like a one-sided 2-0 win. 네, 먼저 제스 선수 다시 한번 승리 축하드립니다. 오늘도 좀 가뿐하게 이겼다는 게 보였는데 지금 기분이 어떠신가요?
뭐 한 맵도 안 지고 이겨서 당연히 기분은 좋고요. 당연히 이겨야 할 걸 이겼다고 생각하고 있습니다.
알겠습니다. Yeah, of course. I mean, we're happy first of all that we didn't drop a set this time around, and I think we just feel that we won a match that we were supposed to win and move on here in the bracket. Well, let's talk about kind of what they prepped today. First of all, I mean, the bind comp, they changed things up just a tad bit compared to what they played right now in the round robin, but not an entirely new comp. I want to know what the thought process was behind that prep. 네, 그럼 먼저 오늘 바인드에 대해서 얘기를 나눠보고 싶은데 바인드에서는 뭐 한 번도 안 쓴 조합은 아니지만 그래도 이번 스테이지에서 네온을 활용하다가 다시 한번 투연막으로 바꿔주는 DRX의 모습이었습니다. 어떤 생각으로 그런 준비를 해오셨나요?
플레이오프 때 쓰려고 숨겨왔던 것도 있고요. 그리고 하다가 바뀐 부분도 있고 그랬던 것 같습니다.
어느 정도 좀 미리 준비도 했고 또 조금씩 미세하게 조절을 해주셨던 것 같습니다. Yeah, I mean that's partly it's a composition that we purposely prepped here for playoffs. We didn't want to show it beforehand, but of course there were some micro adjustments as well as the stage went on so that we could show it off today in the match against WGS. And then we moved on to Haven, and quite frankly, the story today overall in this 2-0 was just basics, right? Strong foundations from DRX. Does Zest feel the same way that they never really felt that they needed to show their hand? 그러면 오늘 저희가 볼 때는 다 같이 볼 때는 약간 DRX가 기본기로 좀 안정감 있게 게임을 펼쳤다고 느꼈는데 제스 선수 입장에서도 오늘은 별로 수를 보여줄 필요가 없었다 이런 경기였나요?
뭐 딱히 그런 건 아니지만 결국 기본기가 탄탄해야 실력이 좋은 거잖아요. 그래서 그냥 하던 대로 했습니다.
알겠습니다. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think that specifically, but at the same time, to be a good player, you need strong basics. So I think that's what showed through today in our win against WGS. Well, currently they stay undefeated in maps here in Stage 2. Does Zest have any thoughts about maybe wanting to finish this entire season with 0 losses? 네, 그러면 아직까지는 플레이오프 시작에도 지금 무실 세트로 이어가고 계신데 혹시 뭐 결승까지도 다 무실 세트로 우승을 하고 싶다는 욕심이 생기고 계신가요?
크게 욕심은 없는데 한번 해보고 싶긴 하네요.
아, 좀 가능하다고 그러면 생각을 하고 계신 건가요?
전 될 확률이 더 높다고 봅니다.
오, 알겠습니다. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really like, I don't want to greed for it, but I do think it's possible. And now that you ask, I think it's more likely that we're able to finish the entire stage without dropping a single map. We'll have to wait to see if that continues, of course. Well, moving on, they're going to be facing the winner of our next match. It's Onslayers versus Damwon Kia. Who does Zest want to face more here in the winners finals? 네, 그러면 이제 다음 경기는 이틀 후에 지금 다음 경기에 대기하고 있는 담원기아와 온슬레이어스 중에 승자와 겨루게 되는데 혹시 더 만나고 싶은 팀이 있으실까요?
두 팀 다 너무 잘하는 팀이어가지고 사실 만나고 싶진 않지만 굳이 뭐 딱 만나고 싶은 팀은 없는 것 같아요.
아, 알겠습니다. I'll be honest. I mean, they're both great teams, so there's not a team I want to meet. So it's hard to choose. I don't necessarily want to meet either of them. But of course, previously, let's remember he did say they think there's a better chance they don't drop a single map. Last but not least, let's hear a last word from Zest for the fans here and abroad that are continuing to cheer for DRX here in Stage 2 of Valorant Challengers Korea. 네, 그럼 마지막으로 오늘 현장에 와주신 팬분들과 전 세계적인 팬분들께 한마디 부탁드립니다.
현장에 와주신 분들이랑 시청해주시는 모든 분들 정말 감사드리고 항상 응원해주셔서 감사합니다.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for everyone who continues to come to the studio and, of course, abroad as well that continue to support us here at DRX Vision Strikers. That was Zest, the IGL and MVP here for that second map between DRX and WGS. Don't go anywhere, though. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, it's the big match on Slayers versus Damwon Kia.